My name is Marian Craig. I live and work in Edinburgh in Scotland in the field of health policy development, and I work specifically on the organisation and financing of European health systems. I've known Serdar since 1989. We first met when I came to Ankara as part of a British team to collaborate with Serdar and colleagues at the Turkish Ministry of Health to develop a 10-year plan for the Turkish health sector. I've worked with him subsequently in other contexts. He, after several years masterminding the work that the World Bank was financing to assist with reform of the Turkish health sector, he then moved to work in the European office of the World Health Organization. One of the many projects he was involved in there was a project to investigate the possibilities for reform of health systems in some Central Asian countries. And I travelled to Kyrgyzstan, where I helped Serdar work with colleagues in the Kyrgyz Ministry of Health, similarly to develop a vision for their health sector. So that's the context in which I know Serdar professionally. I arrived, as I say, when I was quite young, and Serdar was 30, a recently qualified doctor, and I was very impressed by the way he managed a team of other young doctors at the Turkish ministry, as he led us all to do a very detailed piece of research and then put together a true vision that would take Turkey's health system into the late 20th and beginning of the 21st century, a vision for a system that could accommodate the huge range of socioeconomic and geographical conditions that prevailed then in Turkey and, of course, still do to this day. What are my memories of working with Serdar? They're of developing a close working relationship and being constantly reminded of how someone with a very clear vision, someone who refused to be compromised in any way, could negotiate his way around what I perceived to be fairly complicated sets of political imperatives and of different motives and interests in trying to bring change to the health sector in Turkey. It was a close working relationship, and we became good friends. I know Serdar well. I know his children, Ayşegül and Fuat, who were very small children when I first met them. We've kept in touch over the years, most recently being able to spend time with Ayşegül in Paris, where she now lives with her husband. We've also been fortunate as a family to spend time with Serdar and his family in the delightful waters off the Mediterranean coast of Turkey on a blue cruise. When I learned from Serdar that he was contemplating running for the presidency, I was at first perhaps a little surprised, but the more I think about it, the more I think he will bring to that project, if that's the way to describe it, a very true and honest vision of what he would like Turkey to look like in the future. What are the words I think of when I think about Serdar? I think about adaptability, his ability to accommodate very many different circumstances. I think about honesty and integrity. He's a man who will not compromise his own ideals in any way, despite working sometimes in cultures where the temptation to succumb to the interests of certain groups is perhaps stronger than one would ideally like it to be, if what one is trying to do is drive an agenda for change and develop a country to its full potential. I think it's this openness to new ideas, coupled with absolutely uncompromising honesty that are his key characteristics, the key aspects of him and his personality that would stand out in any campaign to bid, any campaign to run the country. I am not Turkish myself. I am looking at this from outside, but I can only say that I'm very, very sure that his confidence, his self-belief, and above all his belief in the potential of Turkey would lead him to be an honourable and proud and effective leader of the country.